Because Dev keep trying to find a way out of playing me one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a hell of a cop-out. And he love to change narratives. So good job, my brother. Good job. I had to name one.
Yeah, name one.
Isaiah Briscoe.
Briscoe. Nas versus Briscoe.
That's my number one.
You want to talk about a packed gym?
Feel me? In Jersey.
Oh, you might be in trouble in Jersey. Ooh. Briscoe in Jersey. We've talked about it previously, but a lot of the comments, a lot of the viewers are just like, they want to see this game played in a gym with more space, under a cleaner whistle.
I might just retire after I beat Freak Ass. You feel me? Freak and Rob, and then I'll retire. There was a hell of a competitor, but there's only one. There's only one nigga like that, and that's me. Yeah.
And still, undisputed heavyweight.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Welcome back to Beyond the Court. Got the 1v1 champ with me right here. I'm going to give you the floor, bro. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. We're going to react to some stuff that Dev said in his reaction video and address just like all of the comments and all of I guess the narratives around the game. Yeah. So, but is there anything you want to say about the two games?
No, I mean, I feel like they were first the school game. You feel me? It was hella physical, a battle. Probably one of the toughest games, if not the toughest game I've played in, just because of the climate of the thing, the environment, and the magnitude of it. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's being my brother. Like, it was hard to lock in fully. We got a lot invested into each other. You feel
no
what I'm saying?
doubt, yeah.
So it was hard, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? And then the Nesquik game.
Hold on, before we move on from the school game, he fought back.
For sure.
There was a point in the video I was like, this is getting a little bit. I felt the pressure was on you. I think it was 13-11. He had fought back, and you were struggling to score a little bit at the end. Were you like a little bit? Because I know you're very strategic and aware of how you're playing. Mm-hmm. Were you a little bit worried about finishing the game?
Yeah, like I knew I didn't have that many more misses.
Mm-hmm. You controlled the whole first three quarters, and then he went on a run.
Yeah, I knew I didn't have that many more misses. Because I went up 8-1 at the beginning, and then he came back out of halftime with 8-8. So I knew like he was getting his rhythm.
Yeah,
and just knowing, been on tour with school, kind of knowing his tendencies. You know what I'm saying? I seen a couple I knew going into the game that I had to get off to a fast start because I done seen school. Sometimes he starts slower. You know
He's been fighting back a lot lately.
Yeah,
the NAS video when he played the recent one in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Like every game, he's been down 7-1.
Yeah, and I know he has the mental fortitude to come back. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also know that he may start sluggish. I done seen him start sluggish a couple games. So I was just in my head, I knew all right, get off to a good start, get to a good lead, and then you know what I'm saying, just maintain it from there. And maintain his runs, you know what I'm saying? But I knew I had to punch first. So I did, came out strong. And then, you feel me, he got the punching back. So I knew, I didn't have that many misses. I missed, 3 or 4 free throws in that game. So I knew, my rhythm wasn't going. So I tried to, get more downhill, stuff like that. Little things like that, trying to be strategic.
What was the floor like? Was it slippery? It looked like it was painted, so it looked...
Yeah, the paint wasn't,
It wasn't too bad, though?
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, though.
Okay.
I don't think it was as bad as it looked. The paint made it look a lot worse than it was. But it wasn't, the best situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what me and school kind of, pride ourselves on. Winning in any type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So, or putting our best foot forward in any situation. So, I felt like that's what we did. We tried. And it was a classic game.
Yeah, no, it was. So, I mean, obviously the paint was the least of the, I feel backlash on the game.
For sure.
So, we've talked about it previously, but a lot of the comments, a lot of the viewers are just they want to see this game played in a gym, in I guess, with more space, under a cleaner whistle.
Right.
So what do you say to that? I mean, we had this whole conversation, but people still are adamant about wanting to see a clean game.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like people are using that as a scapegoat a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really look back. You know what I'm saying? I try to always take myself out of the situation and look at the situation from outside looking in perspective.
I'm gonna stop you there, and then I'm gonna let you go. I don't think anybody's using it as a scapegoat, because every comment that I went to see how people felt about it, and everybody was like giving you your respect, but then also saying like, win or lose, we just want the product to be this. So I don't think anybody's discrediting your win at all. From what I've seen, maybe you've heard differently.
Yeah, I done seen both comments. I ain't saying like it's all one way. I'm just saying I done seen, and I'm just addressing the people that said that or that take that narrative. That me, Scoob, Nesco, kind of like are known for the trenches. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the best representation of the trenches, because the trenches doesn't mean everybody on top of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the environment, the adversity that you face. You feel me? The people talking to you, like, it's all types of like different distractions other than basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes some settings it's all about basketball, and some settings is more than just about basketball.
What about a mix?
A mix?
What about a mix between?
And that's the perfect trenches environment.
Perfect thing.
And I feel like in our tours, we have all our 1v1 tours. If you watch any of our videos, we have had the perfect mix of. I feel like in that setting, Nesquik wanted an event with a lot of people, but didn't know how to control it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the best product for sure.
Why wasn't there any form of security that could actually push people back?
Yeah, I just felt like they thought the tape or people's like common sense was enough, and I don't think they really understand.
Bro, if that game would have gone on for another hour, they would have continued to close in. Y'all would have been playing in a phone booth.
For sure.
Like that's how people are.
And that's
like,
how it really
people are
ended.
drawn in.
Yeah, and that's how it goes. So it's like I don't think they ever threw an event like that. So it kind of like, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Nesquik. They try their best. You feel what I'm saying? But when it comes to the trenches, it get real treacherous unless you got somebody that can control. You feel me? People, because people aren't gonna control themselves. They're gonna keep school it closer and get a little inch.
Yeah.
And by the time like I said, we just fighting in the phone booth.
So am I hearing this right? Even Nas thinks that was too closed in and too trench like.
No, I don't think it was. I never. I think about one. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I ain't tripping about how it went. You feel me? But I'm just saying, like, if I had a setting, that's not what I asked for. So I know I've been telling people like they gotta meet me in the trenches to play me, but that's not what I represent as what I would want to play in. I'm not asking you to, you feel me, us to be physical and fight like that the whole time. I don't think the officiating was good within those games. You know what I'm saying? They let us get away with a lot. But that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't
never let it affect you.
I never, regardless of what I feel like, the reason that I feel like I'm the best on this one, because I can play in any environment, in any setting and win. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not about like it gotta be this way or it gotta be this way. Regardless of how it go, how it's getting called, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way to win.
Do you think that a game like that favors you though?
For sure. Because of my physical stature, you know what I'm saying, and like my like strategic mind, like when. So a good example is the off the dribble video. You know what I'm saying? That was recently posted was me and Tay. You know what I'm saying? That was a full empty court with one of the people on the scene that have the biggest bags. You know what I'm saying? So guarding him would be a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know ISO Tay's bag is one of the deepest in the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and in 3 dribbles, his creativity and like shiftiness is hard to guard. So it's not like with a full court I couldn't guard him. Like I felt like I had good defense, even on the shots he made. Like I could test it well. I was there on all his shots. I don't think he ever but one shot got away from me where I couldn't contest. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I feel like I can guard without fouling or with the open court when somebody has a lot of space. But
that's why everybody respects you or not everybody. Most people respect you as the number one spot because they've seen you play basketball.
Right.
But with the game of that magnitude, from a viewer's perspective, you just want to see the product be done at its fullest capacity. We
Right.
want to see your skill set. We want to see everybody's best.
Right.
And like that game just muddies the waters.
Right.
I'm not putting fault on anybody, but at the same time, like for those big games to happen, you versus Scoob, you versus Nesco, those are some of the biggest games in the community right now. Like we weren't able to see you at your best. We weren't able to see anybody else at their best.
Right.
So I think that's where the backlash is.
No, I can agree with that. Like, I don't feel like nobody was at their best those days. Like, I feel like my moves were simple. You know what I'm saying?
Have to be.
But they had to be. You know what I'm saying? And Nesco and Scoob not being of size of mine, I feel like that plays into advantage of mine. But I didn't ask for that. I just played the best hand I'm dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I don't understand why people were like faulting me for this. Like,
Well,
I didn't organize this. I didn't organize this event.
But you have vouched so heavily, in people's perspective, you have vouched for that kind of game.
I have vouched for the trenches. I have never vouched for us.
What the Nesquik thing was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's where people get because that's what I'm saying. I've been telling people, meet me in the trenches. I just don't think that was the best representation of the trenches. Like, if you see our 1v1 tours, Cam came there, J. Lou came there. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like they was like crowded, didn't have the space. J. Lou and Cam were able to like show their full skill sets, win or lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So are we. Like, that just wasn't controlled well.
Right.
But within the games, I don't give a fuck how it's controlled in my head.
Yeah, you're there to
gotta
win.
win. Like,
You're there to win.
right. So it's like I don't know,
But
what I gotta go through, who I gotta go through. I gotta win, and that's what I'll be saying. Like, it's not that like I'm the most skilled, the most talented. It's like, are you willing to do what it takes to beat somebody, like, or beat me? You feel me? Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
You're adaptable.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's touching your elbow because the ref not calling it, I'm willing to do that. and take all the scrutiny from all the fans telling me, why are you fouling so much? The ref wasn't calling, so I don't think that's a foul. You feel me?
Right.
Or if a ref is calling this off, I'm willing to back up and guard you straight up. And then you got to do the same to me, and I'm gonna show you how well I can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I was able to show how well I can shoot in the Nesquik games.
At the same time, nobody's faulting you for adapting and doing whatever it takes to win. Like, if you people were hitting your elbow too,
right?
So there was no narratives saying NAS is cheating. In my opinion,
it was just that I was in that type of setting. It's an advantage for me for sure.
Yes. So that's so we're gonna react to some of what Dev made some like valid argument points that I want to present. We'll start here. This segues well into it. He talked about weight classes.
Right.
So I want to talk about that as the one-on-one space moves forward, and we'll start there. So what's your overall take on including weight classes and or height classes, because it's basketball, into one-on-one?
One, height and weight, I feel like are two different materials. You see what I'm saying? Like, I understand height, like having a certain section, like, because a big shouldn't, because that's different positions. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get a certain height, you turn to a forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whereas if you a certain height, you can never be a forward. You're always gonna be a guard.
Right.
Those are solid rules of basketball. But a guard comes in all types of sizes. Where there's Trae Young's and then there's Russell Westbrook's. They're still both point guards.
Right.
There's Luka's and Trae Young. There's Luka's and De'Aaron Fox, because De'Aaron Fox fast as hell. Luka's slow.
Yeah, you have
it's different play styles in basketball.
Different strengths.
So I don't think weight. I feel like weight is a cop out.
Okay, so
that Dev is using.
I agree with you on weight, because if I'm 6 foot 170 and somebody's 6 foot 210 pounds, they should not, because they carry more muscle or whatever, that should not
put them in
a different class,
right.
because it's basketball.
Right.
In boxing, it would, because the power of the punch, whatever.
For sure.
But when we talk about height, it has to be a height thing.
For sure.
And also, weight's adaptable.
Right.
You can gain more weight. You can put on more muscle if that's your focus. You're going to lose some quickness maybe, depending on how much you put on, but that's a part of the game. So we can both agree that it would probably be height classes, if anything.
Right. No, for sure. Because I'm just saying, like, okay, let's say I weigh 225, which that's my current weight right now. Let's say body bag weighs 225, so I should only play body bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's tall and skinny, or only play tie. I should never play nobody my even like position group.
Yeah.
Because I'm 225, and this is how I train myself to be.
Yeah.
The reason I'm special is because I'm the size I am, and I move how well I move.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now you just trying to put me in I feel like if weight was in a factor, I would only be in a disadvantaged situation every game I play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I think that's a cop out for Dev, because Dev keep trying to find a way out of playing me one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a hell of a cop out, and he love to change narratives. So good job, my brother, good job. But it's not working on this side because weight is adaptable, like he said, and you have to you can't punish me.
I want to be fair. I want to be fair to Dev though, because he didn't go into that point and say it's weight or it's weight and height.
He would never.
I'm just using his talking point to elaborate.
He's a master manipulator. I know all the ways of Dev.
You think so?
I got him to a T. He's a master manipulator.
Okay.
So he's gonna say a point C or point E to make you think about that point A that he said 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Or in the future, when I call him out, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I would bet on NAS too. He weighs 30 more pounds than me. Then get in the weight room, my nigga, or move the fuck out my way." You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. I'm a guard, regardless of how you put it. I'm a guard.
Yeah.
I never move like a big. I never move like. So if my weight only matches up with bigs, how does that make sense?
Yeah, and also, just to go back to your ability, you can only work for it to a certain extent as far as putting on weight. Like, being able to hold that amount of weight on your frame is God-gifted and still be able to move that way. Because if I go to 220, my 220 is not going to look like you.
Right.
So that's like a God-gifted thing. But, okay, so I think his thing there was we want to see the best matchups possible. Right? So I don't know if it was he was trying to get down to the nitty-gritty statistics of height and weight, but more so saying we just want to see matchups that make sense.
Right.
So, what's the best matchup for you right now physically? What's the game? If that's what people are talking about and that's what you got to do next, then who can you play that is the best matchup for you physically?
I mean, only people that's physically my size would be, I guess, a Rob or a Friga or an ISO Tay.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, Friga is my size, but then he's school size. Friga's in that middle area where he can alter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's is he really my size, or is he really just in the middle area where he can go up or down?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just too big to go anywhere lower. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't match up with a J. Lou or.
We need Lou Dort out here to play.
You feel me? So it's I'm built like an NBA guard, and that's why I'm.
No, you're built like an NFL linebacker,
or however you want to cut it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what makes it crazy. You're built like an NFL linebacker,
regardless of
and
the
you
fact,
move crazy.
Exactly, regardless of the fact. I don't have many matches if you want to use it like that.
Yeah.
So then it's all right, I'm number one, and you want me to sit down? Feel me? I don't want to sit down. I'm active. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I just don't like. I don't like that he used that. And I don't want to put words in his mouth. So maybe he wasn't being manipulative this time.
Yeah.
But I just got a feeling.
I watched the whole video. I feel like they were in good faith. Maybe at times he was giving you backhanded compliments, but I think that's just his competitive nature coming out of him because he's still playing.
For sure.
But he definitely respects you a lot.
No, for sure. And I got respect for him too.
Yeah.
I just need him to check me up.
All right, next thing I want to get you to react to is, I'm just let you react to it.
Get on NAS some better competition, because right now it would seem that he's a number one player on YouTube, right? Go watch this game. Go watch this game and then tell me, because that means you got to play Zay again if you're really number one, because he beat you. Frigga beat you. I don't think he's number one in my opinion, but I mean, like I said, I want to know what y'all think about the weight classes because this actually matters to me.
Thoughts?
So I have never publicly like discredited any wins. You see what I'm saying? Like I try to, whenever I lose, I try to take it with my chin up. You know what I'm saying? Chest out. Just accept it and get better. Like I take as much as flaws as I did that game and get better. With that being said, every time you see me in leggings, you feel me, it's because I was wearing a knee brace under. And I didn't like showing my knee brace. I thought it was ugly.
Yeah.
And I didn't like
bulky.
showing. You feel what I'm saying? Like bulky, horrible. Swag, zero. You feel what I'm saying? So, so the backstory to the Zay game is I played Kendall. This is my first one-on-one back since I tore my meniscus. I played Kendall. Was it Kendall?
Yeah, it was Kendall.
Kendall
got hurt.
Was 4-4, yeah, and Kendall got hurt. I felt like I was controlling that game, even though the score didn't seem so. I felt like I was definitely going to win that game by multiple points. You feel what I'm saying? So then it got hurt. With me, like training so hard to get back, you know what I'm saying? I was hella disappointed.
Yeah.
Like that I didn't get to play because everybody else got to play that day, but me.
Yeah.
So I was just like hell, like, and I was like the main card. Like I was saying, so all the games played out, and I was the last game, and then it just ended like that, and I was just like kind of pissed. You know what I'm saying? Really wanted to see how I felt by myself. I liked the first 4 like points I got. I like how I moved. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, like I ain't leaving here like this. Like, so I told Terry set me up with whoever he think is the best. You know what I'm saying? That's me confidently. Like that's how I am confident. Like I want the best. I don't want no. And it was Zay at the time. Zay played in the G League, went overseas, played in the NBL. That's where LaMelo and them played at. And
so
average.
Yeah, so I was obviously there. Kendall, you and Kendall were 4-4. He hurt his knee. This was when you were coming back from injury. You wanted to test yourself, though. So you wanted resolution on that trip. Like, you wanted to find out, could you still do this? You were kind of doubting yourself at the time, coming off a big injury. So the next day, you're hunting a matchup. You play Zay. That's where we're at.
Right. So, yeah. Zay, we know his resume. He a hell of a player. Like, I ain't going to lie. Like, right now, if I played him right now, it would be a good-ass game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm miles ahead of him. But and that's when I realized, like, I ain't where I am, where I need to be the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or where I used to be. I wasn't back to my form. I just wasn't playing the right competition. You feel what I'm saying? I played Kendall. Kendall was nowhere near the level as Zay. So when I played Zay, feel me, the game went how it went. It's all ones. They play all ones there. So it's kind of more toward his game than mine because I'm a top of the key twos type of person. You know what I'm saying, when I play. But
I got to push back here.
Right.
I agree with what you're about to say, but right there you said he kind of had an advantage, but you kind of have an advantage sometimes, and you got to be adaptable.
No. That's what I'm saying. I signed up to play that game.
Yeah.
I done beat somebody in all ones. So maybe that's an excuse. All right, boom, I'll take that. But so I played Zay. Game ended 11-9. I lost.
Battle too. I was there.
It was a battle. Right, like, there. Went down to the wire, and he was a better player that day for sure. But with that being said, anybody that watches that game and then watches any of my games in the recent, you can tell I'm in a whole different shape, mode, condition, all of that. Like that was the first. I feel like Zay game was probably the most tired I ever been. You know what I'm saying, in a one-on-one game, because it was my first game back and I wasn't my conditioning wasn't up to par at that time.
Yeah.
So I made mental mistakes that I don't usually make, and I lost the game regardless. So the Zay game, I mean, I lost it for sure. So, but I just don't think I was my best self.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
physically.
I don't feel like that has much of an argument, but full credit to Zay, and I think he was better than you that day.
For
like
sure.
when I was watching the game, I'm like, Zay outplayed Nas. Like he didn't just win, he outplayed Nas this day. But that was your first game though. Like that was your first game off a knee injury. It's like I understand we don't make excuses for losses, but also I don't think you can really use that game like against you.
Like don't keep using it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
if you're a boxer and you lose like your 10th fight and go on to win like the next 30, I don't think you can say, well, you can't be number one because this person beat you a while ago.
Yeah.
I just think Zay needs to play more games in the space. He's a great player.
And I don't think nobody in this space can really fuck with him outside of me.
He's tough. Yeah,
that's my honest opinion. I don't think
I agree.
nobody can beat him outside of me in the space for sure. But he don't do rematches.
He didn't give you.
He literally I done tried every way.
I know you hate
Man,
that.
I done tried every way. I done DM'd him. I DM his folks. I done DM everybody that's possible. It was set up, then it got unset up. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of funny. That
you know what I'm saying?
so
he don't do rematches. So forever he gonna be over me because he beat me 11-9 on my first game back. Like, come on, let's be honest. Like that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like let's keep a spade a spade. You know
but regardless, I just feel like you still are the number one player in the space right now. I do feel that way.
Zay's not even,
and I don't even think we have to like that game counts. Zay is up 1-0 on you. Period.
Sure.
Period. We're not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that either. He's up 1-0 me.
He's up 1-0.
Play me again.
But not even that. I just don't think it means that he's not the best. That you're not the best right now in the space. Because after the Nesquik, most reasonable people would say you're number one. Like
it's like
it's kind of undisputed.
If we going off of that, right? Who has beat Zay? Like he beat me in school that same week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like who has beat Zay for me not to still be number one?
This is a perfect segue into Dev's next talking point, which was he wants to open up. He thinks it's silly.
Wait, before we get there,
okay.
I gotta address this Friga win too.
Okay.
If we going on who has beat who and who has lost to who, Friga lost to Simba. I beat Simba.
Yeah.
So, and that's the only person he says is me 1A, 1B. You feel what I'm saying? So how does that not put me over him? You know what I'm saying? So let's just stop that. Like that's where I say Dev is manipulating. Like he says one thing but contradicts himself. You feel me? I don't like that. Just check up and we'll see if I'm number one. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like the word manipulative though.
No, that's what he is.
I don't. No. What if that's his opinion?
No, he's strategic. He's more strategic than I am.
He is very strategic.
He strategically places these opinions out there so that other people can kind of like
think about it,
grasp onto it, and then it will help form their opinion.
Right. No, I mean that's not even for him.
Which is manipulation. There's no other word for it.
But to me, it's just him sharing an opinion, and other people respect his word. And like, but you're right, it does affect the way other people could think about it.
Strategically, when the last time he has made a YouTube 101 ranking list? You tell me. Tell me.
What do you mean?
When the last time he made a YouTube 101 ranking list?
I don't know.
I don't know neither.
What are you getting at though?
He made that video.
Oh.
So he can strategically put his opinions out there. Right. And people can grasp onto them. Y'all gotta think. I got two.
Well,
degrees.
but you can't. Hold on, I get it. But like, we make a list.
Right?
Are we manipulating?
We make
people?
multiple lists. We do it all the time.
But that's not
seasonal. We make seasonal lists. Power rankings.
We do all the different.
He has not made one other than this time.
But by your logic, we're kind of manipulating.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to manipulate.
What?
But we're making rankings.
Right. We make lists, but then we bring
I'm trying to make the distinction between what we're doing and what he's doing.
We make lists, then we bring other people to make lists on as well. And then we contradict their list with our list. You know what I'm saying? To see how it balances up. He don't bring nobody. He just make his list, and then all his followers just go along with the list. No, fuck that.
All right, so can we segue into his next point now?
No.
And by the way, hold on.
One more thing to say about This is about the
Go ahead.
Friga thing. Respect the Friga. Because Friga is tough. He deserves to be in the top 5, top 3 debate for sure. Top 2, top 1. Any debate when it comes to top people, he deserves to be in the debate. The first time I played him, it was a different Nas at that point. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was. At that point, I didn't even know what I was doing.
What do
I
you
just
mean?
was playing basketball. Like, I didn't know the magnitude of that game to this day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You don't need to.
Right.
You're
I
just
play.
hooping.
I'm just, you feel me? I'm just a competitor. The second time, like I just didn't take it as serious. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I played the game. I still wanted to win. But I wore a fucking hat the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
you
did
would
wear a
never,
hat.
you could never even pay me enough money right now to play a 1-on-1 to wear a hat the whole
We're
game.
LFAT.
You can never pay me enough money to do that.
That
Because
affected your game a lot?
I know the magnitude of every game I play is scrutinized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would never even play around with anybody. Like, from now on, or from a long time ago on. Since I've been on my run, I've been like, I'm not fucking around with none of these niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get the belt. Everybody got to get the belt. Feel me? If I'm going to be the blueprint, I got to be the blueprint.
The blueprint.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Thorough.
I just want to say, with that being said, Free still is up 1. I mean, it's still tied 1-1. I'm not taking away his win. Come on, though. Come on. Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. Let's keep everything 100. I just wasn't in the same mode. When I was in that mode with Frigga, y'all seen the result.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I think the bottom line.
But also, Frigga has been better. He's have gotten better.
Yes.
And so have I.
Yeah.
So it's still it still can be a debate without that win being added. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Right.
it still could be a debate. You can say, oh, he's tough. He deserves to be. He can make shots and stuff like that. And you can say Nas is a dominant person. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's still a debate without that win. But if y'all keep using that win to put him over me, I'm gonna really tell you about yourself.
I mean,
That's where
you're gonna have so many different opinions on ranking specifically. The vast majority has you over everybody.
And that's the only
In the YouTube. So like you can't just
reasonable thought.
But that's the majority thought. So it's fair. Like we
Should be
can't
everyone's
no
thought. Every single
see,
listen,
now you're trying to be a
every
dictator.
motherfucking person watching this video should think I'm number one. I'm
Now he's
the
trying to-
fucking blueprint.
he's
Maybe
trying to be
I'm
the leader of the
manipulating right
world.
now. I'm manipulating.
Dictator.
Fuck it.
It's crazy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let's
You
talk.
can't grab a few people's opinions. And maybe Dev was kind of like poking you there. But the bottom line is you and Frigga are 1-1. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to agree or disagree with anything you said about the opinion of the game because so many people can use that
We don't
and
want you
say
to
certain
manipulate
things.
nobody.
I'm not trying to
ideas.
manipulate anybody.
Everybody is a
This
free
is not a
world.
manipulative podcast.
Have your free idea, but if you comment on my post and I see it, I'm liable to say something to you. Go ahead.
Absolutely. All right, so
Let's make sure it's recorded.
yeah, that was a good segment. We're good. We'll restart. All right, so transitioning into this next topic, Dev talking about he thinks it's silly to rank YouTubers because it's like at the end of the day, you guys are just basketball players. Like he considers himself a content creator. He just made the distinction between a content creator / YouTuber and like what a lot of people have come on the scene of doing, which is just hooping. So one, I'm going to ask you just to set the framework. Are you a YouTuber?
I think I agree with him on that statement where I'm an athlete with that, like, within YouTube rather than a content creator. Because I don't do, only content I ever make is me playing basketball or like a certain type of level of basketball. It's not like I just do all types of content or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and before like this 1v1 tour that we have started together, I really wasn't doing much like outside of people booking me and stuff like that. So you feel me? So it was like I agree with him where it's a difference between Dev and Frigga,
and like
Scotty and them being content creators, and like me, Scoob. I would even consider
Scoop. Well, I think it boils down to like the effort that you put towards.
Right.
I think that's how we gauge content creation. Because at times, you have been more serious about being a creator.
Yeah.
Like short stints at times, but like on and off, you like wanted to get into it and learn it more. But regardless, back to the point, Dev wants to open all of this up to like the full world and see who the best one-on-one players are in general. So it's NBA players, all of that. Do you think that that's a valid way of thinking? Like, what do you think about that?
I like the idea. I actually like embrace the idea of incorporating outside of just the YouTube thing because I feel like I'm like it's a big gap between me and any other YouTuber, and then I feel like the only way that I would get any other, like, I feel like the matchups are very like
They're
slim.
kind of slowing down.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
like
bit,
it's
yeah.
not as many matchups that you really can do within just YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like
And even less that are like really make sense now.
yeah, like I'm not playing no like. I just say J. Lou because that's my guy. He ain't
Yeah.
coming to my head, but he just like not my statue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not saying he's not amazing. It's just he's not my statue.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also put Cam in there. He's a
Right.
little guy.
Little guy.
He's a little guy.
Cam plays tough though.
A fucking ant. I hope he's watched this shit.
Y'all have
too.
a hilarious dynamic.
But that's my guy though.
Yeah.
But he's the ant. I just need to let you know.
he's a fast ant.
I don't give a fuck how fast he is. He's an ant.
He's an explosive ant.
All you do to ant is squish him or flick him.
Flick is
It's
crazy.
the only thing I do to ants.
All right,
But,
stay on topic.
Regardless,
You against an NBA player.
Yeah,
How do you fare?
I win.
Let's give you a weight class. Let's say Nas versus Lou Dort.
Lou Dort. I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough one.
He's matching you physically.
And
He's gifted.
I think the people really like he got more offensive game than like he shows because like that's
He plays a role. It's not
that's his role.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I would definitely want to open my skill set and stuff to like pros and shit like that. Like, I'm open to. I'm like actually like excited for that option to happen. You know what I'm saying? I want to open up the game, and I got a couple
Make it as big as possible.
Yeah, and I got a couple NBA guys like on my hit list too. Like so.
Who?
Well, NBA, ex-NBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just, but if I had to name one,
Yeah, name one.
Isaiah Briscoe.
Briscoe. Nas versus Briscoe.
That's my number one.
You want to talk about a packed gym?
Feel me? In Jersey.
Oh, you might be in trouble in Jersey.
Ooh.
Briscoe in Jersey.
I don't do home games. I don't do home
Hey,
games.
that might be the toughest environment because they love him
I know.
like on a different level. Like I don't, bro.
You know how?
Are you ready?
You know
for
I'm a
that?
Jersey killer right now. A nigga in Jersey ain't never score on me, let alone win.
Hey, Briscoe gets to it.
That's what I'm saying.
So if y'all play that game 3 dribbles with space, first of all, there's not gonna be space in that game.
We could try to figure
You
it
could
out.
try,
Well, I mean,
but so you pretty much you're down with the thought of having NBA players and outsiders come in to make this thing bigger.
Yeah.
Because if it gets to a mainstream level, 1-on-1, which it potentially could, just because you are paying individuals, it's like boxing. It's not like Dev mentioned this in his reaction too, which was spot on, talking about teams and kind of why the teams ended. We didn't really play all the matchups, but then also you have to pay like 5 to 6 people, all of which are pretty big creators that it's just way more people to pay. So the one-on-one thing, you can really, like this thing can really keep going. So how do you think you fare in the whole world if we're going to open, he said, quote unquote, open up the universe? How do you think you fare?
I'm the fucking blueprint. I'm the fucking blueprint.
Woo! All
When it comes to one-on-one basketball, like 5-on-5 is the list is endless of people that's better than me.
Right.
3-on-3, the list is endless of people that's better than me.
But you are good at
2-on-2 and 4-on-4, the list is endless. But when it comes to mano y mano, you hear me?
So,
I'm the fucking blueprint. So I'm the one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. So if there's a international one-on-one tournament of power, you like your chances to be one of the best in the world. But at that point, there does need to be a height class.
Right. No, for sure. Got to be a height class. I don't think weight should be in fact, but I feel like it should be a height for sure. And I think, you know what I'm saying, we got to make sure it's universal rules to make sure that everything. But I think if everything happened, like with equal rules and everything, I feel like y'all would be shocked how dominant I really could be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people really think like it's just a YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though like I get like messages from people bigger than the YouTube, like NBA guys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike B's I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So he texted me about things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I work on my game with pros and NBA guys. I work with Beasley all summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If niggas think I just can't compete because I'm only on YouTube, I hope not. And I really wish Olympics, you know what I'm saying, pick some shit up like this so that like we
Could
can
happen.
really get people to represent America, and I hope I can be.
Could happen, Nas, but like at that point, and I know you stand with just playing in whatever environment, but to get it like that big, the product needs to be as good as possible.
For sure.
So how do we clean up the product? Because the product for the Nesquik stuff wasn't really what people liked.
Right.
Even if you look at like, even if we talk about the viewership for those games, Scoob, Nesco, like those games are so massive, but for some people it was kind of unwatchable. So you have to put the product in place so that the stars can like flourish, shine. So like you're one of the leaders in the one-on-one space, the most one-on-one known player specifically. Like, do you feel like, are you thinking about what's best for the space to continue, or are you just like, I'm hooping wherever and let the chips fall where they may?
No, I say if I had to control the environment, I will have the same type of energy and atmosphere as the Nesquik had. And I would literally just take, I would do it inside though, for sure.
Okay.
If I had to
So
choose.
gym.
It would be a gym.
Okay.
The 5-3-3 rule, I would still implement. I definitely would. Because it's strategic. And those free throws mean so much more. You feel what I'm saying?
5 is a lot.
I know. But it's a battle. It's not like
it
ain't no cakewalk. 1-on-1 ain't 5-on-5. I don't want to do a shooting foul free throw. That's a 5-on-5 rule. You know what I'm saying? And in the big three, once you get to we do one free throw for 2. You see what I'm saying? There's multiple ways of doing rules, and it's like once you get to the bonus, that's you get shooting fouls, but it's a bonus. And then now once you shoot it, you make it, you get the ball back.
Okay, so to clean it up, you would do it in a gym.
Right.
That's what you would do differently.
I would keep the foul
second
count.
thing. You would keep the 5-3-3 foul count.
I like that.
The third thing. Well, let's stay there for a second, real quick. Do you think that helps you?
Like it's an advantage of mine?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's all about how you play it.
Yeah,
it's all how you
is.
use it. Like if somebody can't shoot, you might instead of giving them a layup. You
Okay,
foul
let me reframe the question. Do you think that that's a good rule to have in place to let the stars shine?
I do.
Okay.
I think it makes you lock in on every possession. Like, okay, boom. Every possession is a hard one, and it like one of the major components of basketball is shooting.
Yeah.
And shooting while you're tired.
And y'all were all hitting each other's elbows and couldn't
Right.
even shoot the ball
Right.
at the Nesquik thing. So
A lot of my made threes was and ones.
it was crazy.
You feel me? Like,
And y'all were all doing it to each other.
Right.
So like, but that does hurt the product.
right, no, for sure.
So synonymous with the foul count, how do we ref it?
cleaner.
Cleaner.
Way cleaner than Nesquik.
Okay.
For sure.
So give me an example. You like your one-on-one
I
tour
like
the
how-
way that's
I
ref?
mean, we have random refs, so it's like
Right.
we don't
It's
never
inconsistent.
Yeah, I think next chapter is too soft.
You do?
Yeah,
They let them play though.
I mean,
Like it's a physical game. I watched it in person. I've seen like other one-on-ones in person. They still let them play.
I
It
gotta-
is cleaner though. It
Yeah.
is because it's more geared.
let me
towards
come back to
basketball.
the next chapter.
Okay.
Referring after I play.
Yeah,
So-
you're going to Detroit, so
Right.
you'll know. You'll
Right.
know.
So I'll come back to that one.
So gym 5-3-3,
Cleaner
reffing, space.
Space for
Space
sure.
was probably the biggest one.
For sure.
The short corner was filled with cameras.
Bro, I was
Like
I the reason, like, I ain't gonna lie, if we look at like my game, I never really like dribble 2 times, spin, fade,
Yeah.
or like come here and come back to the shot. But there was no room to do anything else, and that's what I do.
So this is a good way to look at the product. Take somebody that's never seen you play before, a new viewer coming in. That's their first game they see. What do you think they think of you in that game?
that I have no bag.
Right.
Right.
That you have no bag, and probably that you're just a bully that wins because he's just stronger.
Right.
Which everybody else knows how skilled you are. We've seen the other side. We've seen you under the whistle, and you're still a top tier guy under the whistle.
Right.
But when you talk about getting that big reach, you want to think about that viewer that's coming in.
Right.
And how they're viewing it. So that's
No,
what matters.
That's why I said cleaner for sure.
Okay. So I mean, and then space was a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
Gotta
much
be
all
ones
the
and twos,
components.
though.
Ones and two. Okay,
Because some people don't play all ones and twos. They play just all ones. It got to be
right.
ones and twos.
It does. You got to pay for the 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to pay for fouling 5 times, and you got to make that shot when you're tired. That's
Free
why
throw from the 3-point line.
Yeah. Nobody do no. Yeah, that's another thing. No free throw from a free throw line.
I heard you. You're manipulative because I'm just playing. But you said at the end of the Nesco Hezzy game,
yeah.
I heard you say in the background, I was laughing out loud because I just know your personality. You're like, no, let's get this straight. The free throw is from the 3,
Yeah.
and they shot at the free throw line.
Yeah, but no, they asked when I said that, they was like, "Oh, we already started this way," and then I went to school. We mutually agreed that we were moving to the 3.
Right.
So it's not like I manipulate. I
I'm
said
trolling.
that because that's how we always do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Y'all agreed on it.
me and school always do it the same way. So it was like we both was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And then it just stayed there.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, man.
But I don't think nobody should shoot free throws from free throw line.
yeah. Too easy of a
Too
bucket.
easy. Like, yeah.
So you just want to make the buckets as hard as possible to get.
You got to, because one-on-ones, one of the major components of one-on-ones is conditioning.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Holy, yeah, I've
So
experienced
it's like,
that.
when you're tired, you have to make shots.
It's a battle.
So that's one of the major components of one-on-one.
Yeah.
So let's apply it to the free throw. Because I could be tired as shit and make a free throw.
Yeah.
People make free throws with their eyes closed. When you tired as shit, that 3-point line looks a lot farther. Mm-hmm. And it looks like you start thinking about, all right, should I dribble my left? Should I dribble my right? Or should I just not dribble this bitch at all? Should I breathe before I shoot? Or should I just shoot this bitch like a catch and shoot? You know, it's a whole bunch of thoughts going into that 3. And it just gives a more importance to the free throw. And it gives
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Closing thoughts? Anything you want to wrap up with? Anything
Closing
you want
thoughts,
to say?
man. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for y'all opinions. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell y'all, the only opinion that matters is me at number 1. You feel what I'm saying? Any other opinion don't matter. I'm the blueprint.
And a dictator.
And just fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Just fall in line.
That's crazy.
And everybody that's asking to play me, there's a long-ass line outside the window of niggas that want to play me. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? If it don't make sense, I ain't there. I might just retire after I beat Freak ass. You feel me? Freak and Rob, and then I'll retire. Fuck it.